This is important, okay? If you have not read any of Rina Kent, all right, or maybe you were thinking about starting the God series, or maybe you're like reading the God series now, okay? This is a big deal. I just want 2 minutes of your time to try to convince you to read Rina Kent's books.
Okay, let me try to be quick. First thing you need to know, we have REU, which is Royal Elite University, and then we have the King's U, okay? KU, King's U. Now up here, this whole thing really started with Daddy King and Daddy Steele. These two were best friends, business partners. Things went south really, really fast, okay? But they also had a bet for them both to marry crazy ladies to see if they could do it. And of course they did, and it went even worse because Ethan's wife died, right? So she's gone. He's married to nobody, but he does have this like weird relationship with his best guy, Angus, but I'm not going to talk about him because I don't have a whole lot of time. Daddy King's psycho wife also died. She's gone. But then he marries his sister-in-law, Aurora, which was like a whole big mess. And she's like, I think 20 years younger than him. Anyway, so Daddy King had Aiden, all right? Father, son. Daddy King is also responsible for Levi. He's got a whole sad story. Again, I don't have time to go into all the details, but let's just, for the sake of purposes, Levi is also Daddy King's son. Now, Aiden, who is always a problem, marries Elsa, who is Ethan's daughter. Yeah, I know. He also adopted 2 other kids, Knox, who I'm not going to talk about, and Teal. So Elsa and Teal are step siblings or like adopted siblings, whatever. Okay, follow? Now Teal is married to Ronan, who is one of the 3 idiots that makes up the other part of the 4 horsemen, with Aiden being their leader. Though I gotta tell you, their book was probably my favorite. Oh my god. Oh my god, I forgot to write in Remy. Okay, my bad. Remy doesn't have a book yet, okay? I'm sorry. But Ronan and Teal have Remy. Cole and Silver get married, and they actually were step siblings, and yes, it was a mess. Very good read. They have Ava and Ariella, or Ari. Now, I decided to do this separately before I went up to these guys' kids up here, because Landon, Brandon, and Glendon are who Levi and Astrid have, right? And Aiden and Elsa have Eli and Creighton, and these guys are all cousins. Okay? We're following? Is everyone on the same page? Great. Let's move down here. So King's U territory, right? We have Asher Carson and Rada Ellis. They get married. Then we have Kyle Hunter. Oh my God, Kyle. He marries Rai Sokolov. Okay, now the fun thing about this is Rai and Raina, these two right here, they're twins. All right, but they like swapped lives. So Raina is actually Rai, and Rai is actually Raina. I know, it's very confusing. Don't even get me started. Then there's Adrian and Leah, and I actually didn't read their book yet, so I can't tell you a whole lot about these two. But what I can tell you about all these guys is that they all have mafia ties, okay? These two are a little far removed from it, but Killian, he is a downright psychopath, so like he's also best friends with Jeremy, so they're like gonna go rule the mafia together. Okay, so Asher and Raina have Gareth and Killian. Kyle and Rai have Nico, Mia, and Maya. Adrian and Lee have Jeremy and Annika. And now we can get into the Legacy of God's love matches. Here we go. Okay, book 1, God of Malice. That's Killian and Glendon. It took me a while to get through it. Ultimately, a good book. Again, Killian is your average stalker psycho boyfriend, okay? Then, in God of Pain, we have Annika, who goes after Creighton, which is a huge problem because Adrian and Leah, like, kind of, sort of, maybe had something to do with Creighton's formative years being not so great. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. But Creighton is strong, silent type. He literally does nothing but eat and sleep, and I love him. He's also got a huge pain and dominance kink, which this poor little girl did not see coming. Okay, now book 3, God of Wrath, we have Cecily. Okay, now she has a crush on Landon up here, but Landon is a sociopath. He knows Cecily has a crush on him. He does not care. Whatever. But Cecily, she catches the eye of Jeremy, who is hands down so attractive. They are also the non-con couple, if you're into that. It was a very, very good book. Just saying. God of Ruin is next, and that is Landon and Mia. Okay, Mia is mute, and I don't want to give anything away, but that's probably like a big part of the reason why Landon went for her. Just saying. After them comes one of my favorite couples, Nico and Brandon. I loved their book so much. Oh my God, Nico is hilarious. Every time he talks to Kolya, just God of Fury was so good. I literally read it back to back, I think 3, maybe 4 times. Okay, and the last book that came out was God of War, and that was Eli and Ava. And oh my God, they've kind of been doing this whole like cat and mouse thing a little bit the entire time they're at REU. But honestly, Eli and Jeremy and Nico, Eli is just a man, okay? Just, their book. And Ava has like issues, all right? Their book deals with memory loss, and it was really, really sad. It was a whole emotional journey, all right? But if you're into that, God of War was so, so good, okay? Now here's where I'm really, really dumb, okay? I forgot that Remy and Gareth did not get books yet, okay? They hinted in God of War that Ari and Remy were going to get together because Ari is like stalking him basically and is going to force Remy to marry her. But I completely forgot about Gareth. He's really like, his biggest moment is in the first book with Killian, honestly. He like only pops up a little bit in the other books. But in God of Fury, which I literally just said I read back to back 3 times, I forgot that they hinted that he has a sneaky link with his professor, a man. Rina Kent, what is about to happen in Kiss the Villain? I know this board is a mess. I am so sorry. Hopefully you were able to follow some of that, but basically I'm very excited for this book to come out, all right?